When life begins to fall apart, most people break with it. They panic, they lose direction, they lose control of their emotions, and they drown in their own thoughts. But the Stoics believed something radical. Moments of collapse are not the end. They are the beginning of a new mind, a stronger identity, a deeper clarity about who you are and what truly matters. When everything around you becomes unstable, you are finally forced to build stability inside yourself. And this is where Stoicism becomes a lifeline. You may not be able to control the chaos around you, but you can shape the way you respond to it. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This sentence is simple, but if you truly understand it, it will transform the way you face every difficult moment of your life. The world may be unpredictable, but your inner world can remain unshaken. The first step is acceptance. Not passive submission, but courageous recognition of reality. When something painful happens, the mind tries to resist it. This shouldn't be happening, this isn't fair. Why me? But resistance multiplies suffering. What the Stoics taught is that acceptance cuts the suffering in half. When you say, "Yes, this is happening. I may not like it, but I will face it," your mind becomes free to take action instead of drowning in denial. Acceptance opens the door to clarity. The second step is to separate what depends on you from what does not. This is the heart of Stoicism. The moment life becomes difficult, the mind becomes confused, mixing the things you can change with the things you can't. And confusion creates emotional torture. Sit with yourself and ask, what in this situation is within my control? Your thoughts, your actions, your decisions, your attitude. And what is outside your control? The past, the choices of other people, outcomes you cannot predict, events you cannot alter. Stoic wisdom says, drop what you cannot control and pour all your energy into what you can. Suddenly, the impossible becomes manageable. The third step is to observe your thoughts without believing everything they say. During difficult moments, the mind exaggerates. It imagines worst-case scenarios, multiplies fears, and predicts disasters that will never happen. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When life falls apart, your imagination becomes your greatest enemy. But you can choose not to be controlled by it. When a negative thought appears, don't fight it. Just say, "This is only a thought, not a prophecy." Watch it come and go. When you stop wrestling with your thoughts, they lose their power. The fourth step is to choose one meaningful action, no matter how small. When everything feels overwhelming, the mind freezes. But progress begins with movement, even tiny movement. Clean one corner of your room. Make one important call. Take a walk. Write one page. Do one task that moves your life forward. Stoics believed that action is the cure for despair. You don't need to fix everything at once. You just need to create momentum. One small action can break a cycle of paralysis. The fifth step is to embrace discomfort instead of running from it. Pain is not your enemy. It is proof that you are changing. Epictetus taught that challenges are the training ground of the soul. When life tests you, it is giving you a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" When you approach suffering with curiosity instead of fear, it becomes fuel for growth. You stop seeing yourself as a victim, and you start seeing yourself as a warrior in training. The sixth step is to reflect on your values. When life collapses, it strips away illusions. You suddenly see what is essential: integrity, strength, discipline, peace, purpose. These are the things that truly build a life. Not external validation, not material success, not temporary comfort. The Stoics believed that every crisis returns you to your true self. You have the chance now to rebuild on a foundation that cannot be shaken. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? What principles do I want to live by? When you rebuild your life on values instead of emotions, you become unbreakable. The seventh and final step is to trust the process of rebuilding. Life collapsing is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way. Your pain becomes your path. Your setback becomes your strength. Your uncertainty becomes your awakening. You are not being destroyed. You are being reshaped. Slowly, patiently, intentionally." Stoicism does not promise that life will be easy. It promises that you will rise, no matter how difficult life becomes. And when you look back, you will realize that the moment everything fell apart was the moment you finally discovered your true power.